Journey into Mystery with the mighty Thor. We decided that this cover is too beautiful to spoil with captions. So here it is. You figure it out. The mighty Thor, the mysterious Mr. Hyde, and the serpentine cobra feel the power of the Thunder God. We find it hard to believe that anyone would ever knowingly miss an issue of Thor, but for the few unfortunates who might not have seen our previous memorable tale, we'll explain that Thor has been lured to a specially prepared house of traps by Mr. Hyde and the Cobra. Finding his beloved Jane dying, Thor saves her temporarily by causing time to stand still within the gloomy house, and then... Look, it's Thor! He still lives! But not for long, Hyde. Not since Loki made us as powerful as he. Hyde, Cobra, by Asgard, you shall pay for this. Written with the mastery of Stan Lee, illustrated with the genius of Jack Kirby, delineated with the delicacy of Chic Stone, lettered with the Indian ink of Artie Simek. One of the proudest creations of Mighty Marvel's team of talented titans. An adventure drenched with glory. In truth, you are far stronger than I remember you, but it shall avail you nothing. No power on earth can equal that of Thor's. Not alone, perhaps, but working together, the Cobra and I can destroy you. We're too strong, too fast. No sooner can you strike one of us than the other is upon you, like this. Why, you are speaking to one who has bested the storm giants of Asgard, the trolls of the netherworlds. After him, Hyde. Even with my new and greater power, I cannot face his thundering hammer. Together, Hyde and the Cobra are far stronger than I dare to admit. Even with my enchanted hammer, I cannot hold them off much longer. Yet, they must be stopped.
This is only a temporary measure, yet it will give me time to think, to plan.
Let the winds at my command, the mighty gale, the irresistible storm, lash out with savage fury. This won't help you, Thor. You can't keep it up forever. They can wait. It is Jane I am concerned about. Jane, whom I must take to some place of safety. If I could but find a room which has a sturdy door, behind which I could lock her, then I could battle my foes without restraint. But no sooner does the Thunder God head for the first likely-looking door when... huge snaking tentacles of sprung steel reaching for me, up from the floor. But before the fatal mechanical devices can encircle the mighty immortal, he strikes. Just in time. Within another few seconds, I might no longer have been able to move. Then, upon opening the door, and therein finding an empty room, Thor does the unexpected. This entire house is one gigantic trap, set to catch me and defeat me. I can afford to take no chances. Just as I feared, my hammer has struck a hidden electric I-beam, activating it. I would barely have survived such an impact, but had my darling Jane been in my arms. Yet now I may leave her here safely. I can sense no other trap within this chamber. Sleep, my dearest one, sleep in safety, while I go to do battle with those who would destroy us. But even if I defeat Hyde and the Cobra, what of Jane? She is but seconds away from death and I cannot cause time to stand still in this house forever. Then, even as the immortal Avenger ponders over his life-saving time warp, it is noticed by some passing strangers who can scarcely believe the evidence of their startled eyes. Hey, look! What in the name of heaven is that? It looks like some kind of breeze spinning around that house, but how come we can see it? I wonder what it feels like. Hold it! Don't touch it, Charlie! It might be dangerous! Here, I'll take this rock and throw it towards the house, and we'll see what happens. Holy cow! As soon as it hit that whatever it is, it stopped in mid-air. It's just floating there. It's scary. It's like that house doesn't belong to this dimension or to this time. I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here while I still can. And in far off, legendary Asgard, another watches also. Strange events transpire below, but Lord Odin shall not interfere. Too many times have I ordered Thor to give up the Earth Girl, the mortal female whom an immortal of Asgard may never marry. Yet he has defied me. And alas, the living heart is one thing even Odin has no power to control. For love is a universal equalizer. It strikes mortal and immortal alike, and none can change it till it runs its course. Poor, unhappy Thor. If only Odin would permit him to marry the mortal girl. May I soothe thy troubled breast with a ballad, noble lord? If it please thee, brave Balder, for in truth I am sorely vexed. I sing of ancient times, and of the love of a warrior for a maiden fair. Soon, caught under the subtle spell of Balder's ballad, Odin thinks back to his own younger days. Stately was she, and like unto a goddess. In all of Asgard, there was none so fair, none so beloved of the warrior, whom others called Odin. And yet their marriage could never be, for it was forbidden. But Odin would never give up, not even after he and his loved one took their last ride over the enchanted chasm together. Lo, those many ages ago. Your ballad brings back memories I have tried to keep hidden for centuries. And yet, now that I think back... Balder, you dare try to trick the noble Odin? Loki, you heard? Of course I heard. You seek to soften Odin's heart towards the Earth Girl. How lucky I arrived in time to warn my liege. Meanwhile, back on Earth, with a cold, gnawing fury raging in his soul, a vengeful Thor prepares to battle till the death, if need be. Hide, Cobra, show yourselves! The Thunder God calls. We've been waiting, Thor. Ah, even your speed cannot match the Cobra's. Gloat while you may, evil ones. Your retribution is truly close at hand. All you can do is talk to keep your nerve up. You know you haven't a chance between the two of us. Especially since we're many times stronger than before. Never have I faced such evil incarnate. Never have I been so anxious to strike out at it, drive it from the face of the earth. Attack me at will. I'll crush you both. Stand back, Cobra. I've waited too long for this perfect chance. No, I'll get him first. He's mine. My hatred is greater than yours. I said back, you slithering fool. The first blow must be mine. I've warned you not to try to give me orders, Hyde. Your strength no longer holds me in awe of you, for I am now equally strong. You brainless dolt, what are you doing? Thor is the enemy. It is Thor we must defeat. My sentiments, exactly. And since you're so eager to land the first blow, I'll give you the chance. There. Now that should stop your bragging. He hurled you back like a beanbag. You need me, Hyde, and don't ever forget it. No longer does the Cobra play second fiddle to Hyde, for I rely not on my strength alone. I have my own powerful version of a Cobra's bite. But before the venomous missiles can strike the Thunder God, Thor creates a whirlwind with his hammer, blowing them back to the Cobra. You both brag of your fighting prowess, but it takes more than empty boasts to match the bite of Thor. I've got to escape. These missiles will explode in seconds, and they contain a poison gas for which there is no known antidote. Then at the last split second, the serpentine Cobra finds a way to safety which only his own amazing body could take advantage of. An air conditioning duct, just what I need to slither through. Let the Cobra do as he pleases. I'll still rely on my own great strength and my burning hatred to finish you off forever. So be it. Whatever fate befalls, you have brought it down upon your own head, evil one. But then, Hyde is the first to detect the presence of the deadly, wafting poison gas. The Cobra's gas! Drifting this way! I've got to flee! I'll leave Thor behind. Like a human battering ram, the hunched, gnarled, malevolent figure crashes through a plaster wall as the dramatic god of thunder slowly lifts his cape to his face. Think you that Thor cannot detect the poisonous vapor? But my flowing cape gives me what little protection I may need. And it is time that you learn there is no escape from the vengeance of Thor. Meanwhile, in Asgard, lordly Odin finally reaches a momentous decision. Although Thor may not take the Earth Girl for his bride, still I shall try to save her from death because of my love for my warrior son. By all the planets, this is a disappointment to me. Loki, by my imperial command, you are ordered to deliver this message to Hardle, the mystic healer who lives beyond the molten chasm. He will find a remedy for the one called Jane. The word of Odin is the law supreme. I shall obey at once, noble one. For once, I spoke with complete truth. The word of Odin is indeed the law, wherever it is spoken or heard. But still, the girl shall die, for laws have been known to be broken. But no sooner does Thor's ageless archenemy turn about Then he sees. I'll deliver that message, crafty one. We know thee too well to have it otherwise. Meantime, you shall stay with us. Can it be? My own peers turning against me. Not so, Loki. We are not thy peers, for none can match thee in villainy or in deceit. And so, Balder the brave, Balder the bold, Balder, the true and loyal comrade of Thor, rides unhesitatingly across the savage and wild chasm. I dare not fail, for it would mean the life of she whom my dearest friend holds ever in his heart. While Loki, never far from the watchful eye of one of Asgard's immortal warriors, scans the distant horizon with a grim, seething hatred in his soul. I haven't lost yet. Many are the dangers between Balder and his goal, and even the bold one is not infallible. And the sinister Loki knows well whereof he speaks. For the trail which Balder must follow is fraught with countless perils. Steady, my faithful steed. One misstep will plunge us into the swamps of endless flame. Then, finally passing the fiery swamp, Balder sees a more frightening, more indescribable danger. Up ahead, the one whose name is used to frighten children, the Phantom, whose very touch means death, and it is too late to avoid him. But let us again return to the mighty Thor as he calmly pursues the horrible Mr. Hyde. There is no place on earth or anywhere that you may escape to when Thor follows. Words, words! Who cares for words? My brutal strength and my craftiness will win in the end. You didn't expect me to turn and attack you so soon, did you? Your hammer is your greatest weapon, but it won't help you if I can keep you from catching it, and keep you, I will, if I can keep him from turning. Keep him from seeing the ray I'm pushing him into. I'll defeat him yet. I prepared it days ago as my final, most powerful trap. It will not fail me. But Thor is too battle-wise, too alert not to suspect the imminent danger. Another trap, a blast ray shooting out from the wall. But by dropping in time, I can hurl Hyde into its path. It must truly have been a staggering blow. Even the mighty Hyde is stiff as a board. But still he lives, although it will be many days before he is fit to fight again. I shall leave him there while I seek the Cobra. For so long as the Serpentine one is free, my victory over Hyde has no meaning. First, I must learn what I can of the deadly ray. Just as I thought, an involved, complex system of electronic component parts. Luckily, my months of association with Iron Man in the Avengers has given me much knowledge of such earthly things. Knowledge which will enable me to modify this system for my own unique purpose. There. How amused the immortals of Asgard would be to see the Thunder God changing wiring like an earthbound electrician. Minutes later, a high-tension, supercharged electrical effect courses through the entire house, sending tingly waves of electric energy through every nook and cranny, even to the area where hides the Cobra. What madness is this? Shockwaves striking me from nowhere, unable to bear the painful prodding, the serpentine menace speeds through the interior of the building's power plant like a runaway thunderbolt. Until, hide! Help! Save me! Save me! So there you are. I knew it was only a matter of time. Realizing the Thunder God has tricked him out of hiding, the wily Cobra tries to flee. But his limbs are still too weak. Although your heart is evil enough, neither you nor Hyde have the wit nor cunning for true arch-villainy. But I can dally no longer with such as these. I must return to my loved one and ponder her fate. Still she lives, but only so long as time stands still can I forestall the final tragedy. Even the medical knowledge I possess as Dr. Don Blake cannot save the girl I love, nor can all the power of Thor restore the bloom to that poor mortal flesh. If I remove the time warp, which engulfs this house, then Jane Foster will surely die. Yet I cannot continue it indefinitely, or it will cause too great a temporal displacement throughout the known universe. And even as the heart-sick Thunder God ponders his next move, so does Balder the Brave desperately ponder his. I cannot avoid thee, Phantom, whose touch means death, but neither can you escape the blade of Balder. How about you, creature from a foreign universe? Thy atoms are alien matter, as are the atoms of my sword to thee. And there, at the edge of the legendary Molten Chasm, Balder's desperate gamble bears fruit. The instant his sword touches the Phantom of Death, the two alien objects, unable to exist in the same spatial sphere, reach instant critical mass. I've destroyed him. By the shining moons of Asgard, the Phantom is no more. My sword, forged by Odin's hands, was the strongest. It survived while the Phantom perished. But Balder has little time for rejoicing. His quest must continue. Onward he rides, never stopping, never faltering, until he reaches the forest of eternal nightmare plants. Suddenly, realizing the grave danger, Balder quickly covers his steed's head with his own great cape. Then, with only his superb stamina and resolve to sustain him, he crosses the fatal plain. I must not weaken. I dare not shut my eyes, lest the eternal sleep descend upon me. But no sooner has he survived that awesome menace than he finds the Valley of Swords lies ahead. No Asgardian has ever safely traversed those upturned blades before. Thor,
What?
whom my heart holds as dear as my liege, is in grave need. I shall not fail him. Thus, having ripped his great cape to shreds and tied large flat rocks to his stallion's hooves with the fragments, the brave Balder once again overcomes a seemingly insurmountable obstacle. Until, at last, the final danger has been met and vanquished. Only your great speed, my faithful mount, have enabled us to safely cross the Valley of Avalanches. And now, our goal is in sight. Who approaches the home of Ardal, the healer? Balder does, at the behest of noble Odin. Then come forth, brave one, and state your request. Meanwhile, unaware of Balder's heroic errand, the mighty Thor makes a heart-rending decision. I must lift the time warp, I dare continue it no longer. I have not the right, Jane. My most dearly beloved, is this the price you must pay for having won the love of a god? Is this what Thor, son of Odin, has done to you? When the time warp is lifted, adored one, I shall again become Dr. Blake, and I shall try to save you with every ounce of skill and strength that I possess. And if I fail, then we both shall die. For my heart
Will
evermore be naught but a cold, withered ember if I should lose thee. And now I do what I must. May Asgard look upon thee with favor, Jane Foster. Once again, the mighty hammer swings, and once again, normal time begins to envelop the house as the time warp fades into the nothingness from whence it came. But then, in the space of one single heartbeat, by the gods, it is the glistening sword of Balder. There is a file attached and a brief note. Can this be the miracle for which I dared not even hope? Hardly trusting himself to believe it, his eyes misting up with tears of gratitude, the mighty Thor reads the brief note, his soul singing within him. The medicine is hers. Odin has ordained that the female shall live, Balder. The warp has only been lifted for a few split seconds. I can still reach Jane in time. I must reach her. I must. My darling, you can't hear me, can't see me, but let your heart know that your loved one is here with these words for you. You will live, my beloved. You will see many dawns, many sunsets, and perhaps, Odin willing, we'll one day share them together. And as the life slowly returns to the sleeping girl, the sword of Balder begins to rise. Higher and higher it goes, its speed increasing with each passing second, until it reaches its master, who waits on the Rainbow Bridge. My mission is ended. The girl lives. And back on that small, seemingly insignificant planet, which spins eternally in the glittering cosmos man calls the universe. Thor, what happened? I seemed to have had some awful nightmare. It is ended, lovely one. You must rest now. Then, after bestowing the priceless gift of peaceful sleep upon the mortal girl, the thunder god raises his eyes to Asgard. Hail, noble Odin! Thy undeserving son gives thee thanks! Gently, the mighty immortal lifts the sleeping girl. He slowly turns his back upon his defeated foes and upon the house of darkness as he walks into the shining light of morning. The end. Remember, you need not be an immortal to enjoy these colorful, thrilling tales. Even if you're a mere human being, we hope you'll be with us again next issue. But while we're waiting, let's turn to our Tale of Asgard, which follows.